Hey guys, so today we're going to be starting with a new series which is machine learning, and we're going to be looking at a simple mean median mode example and go through some basic theory. So here we go. Okay, so today we're going to be starting with machine learning. So here's the first example, but before that we're just going to look at some theory. And again, I'm referring to W3 schools. So basically, machine learning is like a way to analyze data, and you can split data types into three main categories. So numerical, categorical, and then ordinal data. So numerical data is basically like numbers, and they can be divided. So numerical data is like numbers, and they can be divided into discrete data and continuous data. Discrete data is like countable numbers, like integers. So like assume like number of people. So it has to be whole numbers. Then continuous data, that's like measurable values that can take any number. So it can be like the price or the size of some items. So it can be like, for example, the price can be like 29.99. So it's not like necessarily a whole number. And then there's categorical data. So that's values that represent categories without a measurable order. So it's like colors, for example. So there's like no specific order, and then it can be like or yes or no responses. And then ordinal data, that's similar to categorical, but like with a meaningful order ranking. So for example, there's like schools, and then there's like grades. So like grade A is better than grade B. So there's like a ranking. So it's basically like A, B, C, D, E, F. So they're like those are values. And then ordinal data, there's a ranking. So like A is better than B, B is better than C, and so on. While in categorical data, it's basically like A, B, C, D, E, F. There's no difference between any of them. So it's like yes or no responses. There's no way to specifically rank them. This is good and this is bad, or this has more value and this doesn't. And like by knowing all of this, by knowing like the data type of your data source, then you know like which technique you want to use when you're trying to analyze them. So that's like most of the theory of it. Then here we're going to be looking at this example of mean median mode. So mean is, I'm assuming you know, like mean is basically the average of some numbers. So it's like if you take, so here we have 8, 9, 10. So what you do if you had a paper and pen, you do 8 plus 9 plus 10 whole divided by 3, which would end up as 9. And then here this is like the same thing, but you're doing it in lesser lines, like not as many lines. So here, for example, we have 8, 9, 10, and then we import numpy. And then, import numpy, and then we have numpy.mean numbers and print x. So then if we run it, you can see that like the result that we get is going to be 9. Yep, 9.0. Now if I add another number, then you can see how it changes. So now it'll be 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 divided by 4. So how you calculate average, basically. And then okay. Now we can just now if you look at median, so then we have median. So here I've taken like 8, 9, 10, 11, and median is like the number in between. So I purposely took like an even number of numbers so it becomes like you can tell how to calculate it. So you take like the numbers in between, so 9 and 10, and then you take like the average of those two numbers. So then the median becomes 9.5. That's why it's the same as the median of these four numbers. And if I take away the 11, then the median is basically 9. So once it runs, yeah. So here we have the median is 9. So here's the same thing. You use numpy.median and then the numbers, like the list of numbers. And then last but not least, here we have mode. So here we took a few more numbers. Mode is a number of times that like a number repeats. So like the mode of any data set or like group of data is the one that comes most number of times. So here you can see we have 8 3 times, and the rest of the number is 1 time, and then 10 comes occurring 2 times. So then 8 will be the mode. And here we're using stats.mode. So for that we had to import from SciPy, you had to import stats. And then now if you run it, then you can see that here we get the mode. This is from the mean. This is from the mean, by the way. We can just comment this out. But like here, so then we get like the mode results. So you get basically like the mode is 8 because 8 is occurring most number of times, and the count of 8 is 3. Now if I take 8 down to 2 times, or like sorry 1 time, then if you run it, then you get 10 because now everything is occurring once except for 10, which is occurring twice. So then you get 2. And now if we take it away entirely, then basically, yeah. So then just gives 8 because that's the first one, because there is no mode now. So it just takes the first value and then prints it. So if we take 10 2 times, for example, and then if we take 8 2 times, then the only mode it will give is 8, because that's the one that's coming first, and then it's like so it's basically like the same mode, and this is the one coming first. So then just take 8 and then count as 2.